Weather Team, certified by Weather Rate, sponsored by AC Designs.
Good evening, folks. As you saw at the top of the show, Tropical Storm Debby now only at about 50 miles per hour with those sustained winds, but bringing a lot of rain and still an isolated tornado risk as well. So although the tornado risk is starting to lower a little bit, it still isn't zero. So because of that, we do still have a tornado watch in effect for several of our coastal counties, primarily from Highway 301 eastward towards the coast until 6 p.m. this evening. But here is the latest track, and here's a quick look at that tornado watch. But really, the main threat and concern here through the rest of the evening is going to be the very, very heavy rainfall and still some gusty winds as well along the coastline. 45 close to 50, especially out towards St. Simon's Island and the Brunswick area. But I want to kind of just zoom in on where some of the worst of the rainfall has been. Columbia County into west central Baker County has seen anywhere from 8 to 12 inches locally in some spots. So because of that, we have a flash flood warning in effect until 9:45 and a flash flood emergency until 7:45 due to some of that life-threatening flooding in and around Lake City and northward into northern Columbia County. But thankfully, that heaviest rain is starting to move away from that area. But heavy rain all across Duval County and the Jacksonville area. So I urge you to not be on the roads here. Visibility and road conditions are continuing to worsen and deteriorate right now and will continue through the remainder of the evening. But this is the area we are watching through the remainder of tonight and into tomorrow for the heaviest rain to come, Tim.
Absolutely. Thank you, Ross. So let's take a look. Again, wanted to repeat what Ross said because although forecast, it's still pretty incredible. Can you tell where the hurricane made landfall? Typically, the wettest weather, the heaviest rains where a hurricane makes landfall is under the path and then to the right. And sure enough, the path of the eye came ashore right about like this. Look at this, Columbia County, some areas now over a foot, 15 inches of rain. Lake City at 9 inches of rain, and then this is the heavy swath of think 6 to 15 inches of rain, and this is going to move right along that forecast path. That's why, although we're still having some heavy rain in the metro, in Nassau, Duval, Clay, and St. Johns County, that's going to lift to the north, whereas the rains will continue all night and into the morning hours, especially for the coastal counties. That's headed your way. Whereas in the metro, our totals are approaching 4 inches well out to the west, but notice out around the beaches, only about an inch, because remember, this came in from the Gulf of Mexico. Always significant where they come from. Where is it going to go? Well, if we just look at the computer models, you might not have a clue, and certainly last Wednesday and Thursday, there are a lot of questions with where this is going to go. But we're developing some pretty significant confidence. In fact, I would say, folks, what I'm about to show you, there's a 90% chance this is what's going to happen. So what I'm showing you here are where the tropical storm force winds are. Notice we certainly don't have hurricane force winds because it's Debby. But notice also not damaging winds. What's damaging winds? We talk so much about severe thunderstorm warnings. Those go into effect because we think there might be winds of 60. So although we're getting gusty winds, we don't even see sustained winds of 50 miles per hour, but still follow the tropical storm. Here we go tomorrow morning. Notice the backside of those winds pulling out of northeast Florida, fully engulfed over the Brunswick area, Camden and Glenn counties. But this is significant because we're way more confident about this happening. By Tuesday evening, that's offshore. And that means the winds are blowing off the land, and that means the drainage issues at least will improve for those of you over southeastern Georgia. So, again, it's been iffy, but we feel pretty confident dramatically improving conditions from the southwest on Tuesday. How about sunshine Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday? A very different story in the Carolinas.
Thank you.